Hi, welcome to Easy Engineering. This is where we talk about different types of blow-off and cooling products utilizing compressed air. Today we're going to talk a little bit about flat nozzles, what you should really look for in choosing a flat nozzle. I have one in my hand. It's made of metal, and if you take it apart, it consists of a cap and a shim, which basically maintains a gap. And different shims can be put in there to control the amount of air coming out. This one is made by Nextflow Air Products Corporation. So, when you're looking at a flat nozzle, you'll find that there's many on the market right now made of plastic. The problem with plastic is it breaks. Very often they're very inexpensive, so if they break, you just replace them. But in industrial applications, they can be replaced so often, it's probably actually cheaper in the long run just to use a metal one. Also, safety can be a factor. There was one factory that had some missing nozzles because they were plastic, they were broken off, and they were not replaced right away. And somebody got seriously hurt because compressed air blowing off openly can be quite dangerous. Inevitably, they finally replaced them with metal ones such as the one I have in my hand. So, when you're looking at flat nozzles, a few things to consider. One, cleanability. Some of these flat nozzles that are on the market, in particular the plastic ones, you can't clean them. If they get clogged up with dirt, and eventually they can, and they will, because no airline is perfectly clean, you just throw them away. So if you can't clean it, it's probably not the best thing to use. So cleanability is important. Ruggedness, as I just mentioned, something made of metal, it's going to last a long time, it's not going to break, or at least not break as easily. You want to have a nice flat profile. You want to have a nice design where the profile is not only fairly flat that way, but also fairly flat this way. Doing some testing on different types of nozzles, we found that some actually weren't all that flat when you were a couple feet away. Now, albeit you don't always blow off from 2 feet away on a surface. You're much closer than that, but still that flatness, how that profile works, is something you should look at and consider in an application. Always good to test one before you start using it. And finally, flexibility and efficiency. The flexibility in the fact that you can change the performance. In the ones I have in my hand that I was showing you, you can just change the performance by changing the shim, change the gap, change the force. If you have one with holes drilled into it, like some of the plastic ones are, you can't really change the performance because what you get is what you got. That's all you have to work with. So flexibility. And finally, the efficiency. Some nozzles come with, that are actually replaceable, come with a shim like this, but they have like a sawtooth design. What we've noticed is that when you have that kind of a design, you don't get any difference in the profile that comes out, but we found that you get a bit of a pressure loss because of the sawtooth design. So we found that an open shim just seems to work a little bit better. Negligible, but still a little bit better. The reason for the sawtooth profile, I don't really know. We've never really found the reason for it. But something to consider in overall efficiency. It may not make a difference on 1 or 2 units, but if you have 100 units in a factory, that little bit of extra saving in efficiency can add up to a few dollars a year. So that's a little bit on the use of flat nozzles. And next time we'll discuss another product under Easy Engineering.